The late afternoon sun, a buttery warmth, draped itself over Elias as he drifted lazily in the river. It was his sanctuary, this stretch of slow-moving water behind old Miller's farm. The current here was gentle, a liquid embrace, and the pebbles on the bottom felt smooth beneath his toes as he occasionally pushed off. He'd spent countless summer afternoons here, feeling the cool water slide over his skin, watching dragonflies dart and hover like tiny jewels. It was a place of uncomplicated joy, a simple, profound peace. He was floating on his back, eyes closed, letting the sun soak into his face, when a peculiar shadow, darker than any cloud, passed over him. He blinked, opening his eyes to the soft blue sky, and then tilted his head, curious. That wasn't a cloud. Just ahead, where the current began to deepen slightly, something was caught against a cluster of reeds. It was large, unmoving. At first, Elias thought it was a discarded log, perhaps a tangled bundle of old branches washed downstream. But then, as he drifted a little closer, propelled by the same gentle current, he saw the undeniable curve of a shoulder, the pale, almost luminous quality of skin against the darker water. A person. A sudden, sharp jolt went through him, stealing his breath. His heart began to thrum against his ribs, a frantic little drum. It couldn't be, not here, not in his peaceful river. He treaded water, a newfound urgency in his movements, straining to see. It was lying face down, partially submerged. The hair, dark and slicked by the water, fanned out around the head like seaweed. A faded blue t-shirt, familiar in its cut, clung to the slumped form. Fear, cold and immediate, began to coil in his stomach. Who was it? What had happened? A terrible, cold dread seeped into the edges of his serene afternoon. He paddled slowly, cautiously towards it, his earlier tranquility utterly shattered. Every stroke felt heavy, each beat of his heart echoing in his ears. As he drew nearer, the details sharpened with horrifying clarity. The way the shoulder slumped, the slight awkward angle of an arm. And then he saw the shoes, or rather what remained of them, a distinctive pair of worn-out sneakers, the laces frayed, one heel slightly torn. His own shoes. A strangled sound caught in Elias's throat, a gasp that didn't quite make it out. It was his blue t-shirt, his hair, the unmistakable curve of his own jawline, even partially obscured by the water. It was him. A boy, his own age, his own body, floating face down in the very river he was currently swimming in. Disbelief warred with a primal, icy terror. This wasn't real. It couldn't be. He was here, alive, breathing. Yet there it was, undeniably, hauntingly, himself. He hovered, suspended between an urge to flee and an irresistible, morbid fascination. His mind raced, trying to find a logical explanation. Was he dreaming? Was this some elaborate prank? But the sunlight felt too real, the chill of the water too precise. Slowly, carefully, as if approaching a fragile, volatile thing, Elias extended a hand, trembling slightly, towards the floating figure. He didn't quite touch it, stopping an inch or two short, a membrane of unseen terror separating his living hand from the silent, still form. The water rippled gently around both of them, an impartial observer to the impossible scene. And then, as if it had been waiting for this exact moment for his hesitant reach, the body began to stir. It wasn't a violent movement, not a sudden jerk, but a slow, deliberate shift. The shoulders subtly rotated, the head tilted, and with an eerie, unhurried grace, the face-down form slowly, steadily began to turn over. Elias froze, his heart now a frantic hummingbird in his chest. His breath hitched, every muscle in his body taut with a mixture of terror and an unbearable, compelling need to see. The face, still partially obscured by the rippling water, slowly revealed itself. His own face, but different. The eyes, clear and unblinking, met his own. They were a startling, vibrant blue, far more vivid than he remembered his own being. There was no fear in them, no sadness, only a profound, knowing stillness. And then a slow, gentle curve began to form at the corners of the lips. The drowned body, his own drowned body, smiled. It wasn't a grimace of pain or a malevolent smirk. It was a soft, almost tender smile, full of a strange, unsettling familiarity. A smile of recognition, perhaps even of quiet triumph. And then a voice, calm and clear, yet seeming to resonate from deep within the water itself, spoke. It was his own voice, yet somehow deeper, richer, resonating with an echo of ancient knowledge. "Found me," it said. The words hung in the sun-dappled air, more felt than heard, dissolving the last vestiges of Elias's fear into a profound, almost spiritual bewilderment. The body didn't vanish, didn't ripple away. It simply floated there, smiling, looking at him with those impossibly blue eyes, as if a great secret had just been shared, a long-awaited reunion finally complete. Elias didn't know what to do. He just floated, staring, his mind reeling. The initial shock had given way to a strange sense of understanding, not intellectual, but something deeper, more intuitive. The drowned body wasn't an omen of death, not a warning. It felt like a mirror. A part of himself, perhaps long lost or unacknowledged, now revealed. The "found me" resonated not as a demand, but a quiet declaration. It was as if this part of him, this deeper self, had been waiting patiently beneath the surface of his everyday life for him to finally truly see it, to connect with it. And then, as if this part of him, this deeper self, had been waiting patiently beneath the surface of his everyday life for him to finally truly see it, to connect with it. And then, the lost pieces of ourselves are simply waiting for us to reach out, to acknowledge them, and for them to finally say, with a smile, "Found me." This story, like so many others, reminds us that the journey of self-discovery often takes unexpected turns, even into the realm of the truly surreal. It invites us to consider what parts of ourselves might be waiting just beneath the surface to be found. Have you ever had an experience, perhaps unusual or unsettling, that led you to a deeper understanding of yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below, or subscribe for more stories that explore the hidden depths of the human experience. We love hearing from you.